Hello everyone, this is Shabnam here. Welcome back to my channel, The Counseling Corner. I would like to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed to my channel and have taken time to view my videos. It was a great source of motivation. In today's video, I am going to speak about one among the two things which are considered as the worst enemies of man. Any guesses? Yes, it's the anger. Anger is usually considered as a negative emotion. But the fact is that anger is a very normal and healthy emotion. In some time or the other, we tend to lose our temper or get angry or get irritated with certain situations. But what is important is how we respond to the anger. Now, if you say, I never get angry, that is also not healthy. Anything too much is bad for your health. So anger also, at times, see, if someone does some injustice or does not treat you well, or I'll give you an example. Suppose you're working in an organization and you have put your 100% and performed very well throughout the year and you're waiting for your promotion. But unfortunately, instead of you, the promotion is given to someone else because of some other criteria. Maybe he is your boss's relation or friend. And if you think, okay, let it go, and you don't bother, then you will never grow in your life. The next thing is that why is anger considered as the worst enemy of man? Because of its negative consequences. The first point is that anger has a very negative impact on your physical health. You must have heard people telling, don't get so angry and shout, you will get a heart attack or your BP will raise up. That's a fact. Many diseases like cardiovascular disease, heart attack, high BP, migraine headache, they are associated with persistent and prolonged anger. Anger also takes a negative toll on your immunity level. Your immunity level will go down. The second reason is that it does have a very negative impact on your mental health too. Suppose you hold on grudge and anger against someone who has wronged you for quite some time, you will lose your peace of mind and you will not be able to focus on your work and grow in your life. But the other person who wronged you is leading a very peaceful life. And any time if you take a decision while you're angry, it would always turn out to be a wrong decision. So the best thing is that it is always better to forgive and forget others, no matter what wrong they have done to you. The third point is that anger has a very negative impact on your relationship as well as friendship. If you are a person who is very short-tempered or aggressive in nature, people find it very uncomfortable to approach you and they tend to move away from you and you will end up having very few friends. As well as it has a very negative impact on your relationship with your loved ones. The last point is that sometimes when we are so very angry and we are not able to control our anger, we end up behaving in such a manner for which we need to feel guilty or regret maybe throughout our lives. I'll give you a small example. There was a very good looking boy and the only son of his parents. And in the same lane where he stayed, there was a girl, pretty looking girl who was doing her BCom. And every morning when she used to go to college, he used to follow her singing songs and trying to propose her or bullying her. So one day she got very irritated and she complained to her two elder brothers. And they got very irritated. They somehow managed to get him to a deserted place where construction was going on. And they hit him, kicked him, punched him very badly. Somehow he managed to escape there and by 8 o'clock he reached home. And when the mother called him for dinner, he said he is very tired and wanted to sleep. He went up and went to bed. The next morning till 9 o'clock the mother was waking. He did not come down. Waiting for him, he did not come down. She called him a couple of times but there was no response. She went to the room to check and found him unconscious. He was rushed to the hospital but he was declared dead. And the cause was internal bleeding. Investigation was done and these two brothers were put behind the bar. The girl got into total depression, blaming her and feeling guilty that she is the cause for the boy's death as well as spoiling her brother's life. And she had to take psychiatric help. And the parents lost their only son. So now you understood how dangerous anger could be. The second example which I heard 5 years ago was that there was a couple, a very loving couple, who were in love for 7 years and got married. One day suddenly they picked up a quarrel, and this lady held the boy's collar because she was so irritated, and he got irritated and pushed her so hard that she went and banged her head against the wall and she collapsed. Without his intention, he became a criminal and also was feeling guilty and was depressed because he loved his wife a lot. So it is very, very important to learn to control the anger and to develop the tolerance level. There are certain things which you need to avoid doing when you're in the state of anger. The first and foremost thing is that avoid taking any hasty or important decisions when you're in an angry mood, as it will always end up to be a wrong decision. The second point is that avoid blaming yourself. The third point, avoid blaming others. The fourth point, avoid harming or hurting yourself. Fifth point, avoid resorting to any form of physical or verbal abuse for which you need to feel guilty later. The last and most important point is that avoid suppressing your anger, as it will lead to a lot of health issues. So it is always better to ventilate your anger in an appropriate manner. So in my next video, I will be speaking about the anger management techniques and how you can develop the tolerance level so that you can avoid all these problems. Hope this information was useful to you, and in case it was useful to you, please do give me a thumbs up, share my video with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel, The Counseling Corner, if you haven't done so. Thank you so much. Stay safe.